Well, it's like 3 something, almost 4 in the morning here. And I decided to come check out outside again after watching Miss Congeniality and doing some other shit. If you would like to understand Ray Ray in a movie, you should really watch Miss Congeniality. You should really watch it really goddamn well, really. Like, that movie's me in a nutshell. Anyway, I figured I'd sit out here and smoke and talk to you guys. But, there's like weird people yelling in the distance. So, we'll see if we get any more of them. There was one about 200 meters to our right. That's that way. That, said something about 5 minutes ago. About 10 minutes ago, there was a guy about 100 meters to our left that said something too. And like, this is the shit that, like, if you come out here and sit at night in the dark, you can get to know this shit. My guess is 100 meters, boy, is in that backyard. There's like a pool in that backyard. I think he's the other side of the pool, just outside the house. 200 meters, boy, is like all the way down there by the next corner somewhere. Like, this is the shit that, like, being poor in the ghetto will teach you. Because I, like, just sat outside and did this the whole time growing up. Like, for whatever reason, we were always playing Army somewhere in North Tulsa. That was what me and my friends did. Sometimes it was a little bit more than playing, but yeah. We never got to the point of like getting airsoft guns or anything like that. We should have. I miss doing hood rat shit with my friends. I've sat on this stoop more than I care to imagine. This is, you're getting the view from the door to the shop. It's a cool house to look at. Dakota and I did acid, like 2 tabs each, and hung out in the shop and basically looked at the view that you see now during a thunderstorm. It was incredible. I have a picture from it. I'll post it on Instagram. Be the best place for it. It's like looking out of the shop in the rain, and there's like a fucking propane tank, and it's art. It's high art. That was the, we closed the shop door and went inside and made fucking love for I don't know how long. It seemed like days. It probably was days. And then we went to sleep, and then we woke up, and then I asked her to marry me. It was like, Jesus Christ, that was good. To be honest, I think LSD is one of those drugs you should either do all the time or never. So I'm just not doing it at the moment. I basically am gonna save that for doing that again, to be honest. That was the thing I didn't understand about my ex. It's like, that wasn't really her on it. Like, for whatever reason that time, like, I did all the right shit or something. I managed to get her sexual on acid, but like, it's not normally a thing. Like, half of that is, you know, we spent several hours just watching the rain and holding hands and listening to music and smoking and making out. And like, if you really want to get a girl wet, like, I'm doing it. Not wearing any socks with my Chucks. I think it's a cool look. It also means that I don't have to go find socks. Because, yeah. If I were a billionaire, I would never wear the same pair of socks twice. Like, other people have their extravagances or whatever. There are only two crazy things that I would do if I had $1 bajillion. And the first one is that I would have a water fountain in my kitchen that did Hawaiian Punch. And that's just because Mr. Deeds is an awesome movie. And I think pretty much anybody would get behind that one. That's a pretty reasonable, like, if you have billions, that's an easy thing to do. The other thing that I would do is I would have really nice socks and I would never wear the same pair twice. I'd like give them away or whatever, something. I would have new socks every day. Like, I think this is one of those things that separates me from, like, I don't know, some people, is if you gave me all the money in the world, there's a couple other things I would do, but that's the crazy shit. Like, all the rest of the shit would be like setting up my family. Which I think anybody would do that pretty much, right? And like, this is a big thing too, is like, my definition of setting someone up is that they have, you know, 40, 50 acres with a nice house on it. You know, and probably like a bank account with a couple $100,000 in it. From there, it's on them. But like, I think that's a pretty good start for most people. That if I could give all of my family members that, I would. I'm not at that position in life. I drive that bitch. That's Ghost Rider. You probably can't tell. I drive that bitch mostly because I love it. I fell in love with it when I saw it, and I wanted to save money. Ooh, we're getting calls from somewhere. I am wearing a handgun, by the way. Anywho, the handgun that I'm wearing is the Rhodesian Gambler with their night sights that are working. This is why you have night sights, people. Extra mag in the outside of the holster, 7-rounder in it. Open carry, because I'm sitting on my own land. I'm quite literally sitting on Crom's Mountain as far as I'm concerned. My house sits up on a pretty big hill. I guess kind of my point with making videos around my house and around Tulsa, the places I go and shit, is like, you tried to intimidate me. I stopped going on that show because I didn't want to make this a thing on that show every night. If you thought I was intimidated, you were incorrect. Like, I made sure my grandmother was a little bit okay. I don't think I would go to see my grandmother now. She lives with my uncles, and wow, they're pretty capable. I don't remember what we were talking about before the car drove by. Doing LSD with Dakota is fun. That's what we were talking about before. If I could describe acid to you, it's like when Frodo put on the One Ring. Except there's no Sauron there. Well, there can be. Like, this is the thing, right? Is like you're entering another world. You're in the spirit world, quite literally. You can encounter all sorts of shit there. While I was dropping acid with Dakota, I think the second time, I swear to God, she's like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And we were watching Rick and Morty. And she stood up, and I looked over, and instead of seeing her, I saw her soul. And that was the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. It was just this giant glowing ball of light and love that was in the shape of a person standing in my living room. It was like a flash of it for an instant. Honestly, like, it's one of those things that, like, you could write that off as doing LSD or whatever, but, like, I really believe that, like, what it did was reveal a greater reality to me. It was not fake. And everything that happened there was crazy. My cat knew we were tripping balls and was funny as shit. Because, like, it's not very often that the house cat is the, you know. Oh, shit. I didn't break that. Hey, no, we didn't break our weed. It's not very often that the house cat is the mental giant of the house. Let's put it that way. Especially not with Dakota and I. Dakota and I were, you know, if you think I am smart, Dakota was on my level. And that's why I dated her for as long as I did. I love that bitch like no other. She was an anarcho-communist and a lefty and would debate her positions with passion. And, like, honestly, she took my politics from being, like, transgender Hitler to being, like, transgender George Washington. I'm probably gonna stop the video because that's that guy's dog again. I'll see you guys later.